Now to President Trump, marking the first 100 days of his second term in office.
Many Americans remain sharply divided over the president's policies, with some praising them and others slamming the dramatic changes to foreign policy, the federal workforce, immigration enforcement, and the economy in such a short time. New polling shows he has the lowest approval rating of any president in the last 80 years.
This is a live look right now in Michigan, where President Trump will soon deliver remarks to the Michigan National Guard during a rally in just a little bit. The president is expected to announce some tariff relief to automakers there, as his policy not only takes a toll on the industry, but the global economy. Eyewitness News reporter Michelle Charlesworth is in the newsroom with much more. Michelle.
A lot to talk about, right? Well, today for the president has been about projecting strength here in the United States. He plans to meet with car makers in Michigan, National Guard troops. You saw them waiting. Uncertainty has certainly been no friend to the markets, which have seen the worst 100 days since the early 1970s. April has been the worst since 1932. But the Treasury Secretary insists that regarding tariffs, uncertainty is actually one of Trump's strongest cards. The stock market is down since President Trump took office 100 days ago, the president who promised to be pro-business and fix the economy starting on day one. Part of that is a promised long game, shifting manufacturing here to the U.S. And the Treasury Secretary insists China stands to be the big loser when it comes to jobs.
Chinese could lose 10 million jobs very quickly, and even if there is a drop in the tariffs, that they could lose 5 million jobs. So remember that we are the deficit country.
What about prices? The report today that Amazon planned to explain in its pricing exactly what parts of higher prices come from higher tariffs rattled the White House. The press secretary called it a hostile and political act. Then Amazon clarified in a statement the information came from a floated idea that will never happen.
Jeff Bezos was very nice. He was terrific. He solved the problem very quickly. The economy would be certainly right up there, and I think it's doing great. We were losing billions and billions of dollars a day with trade, and now I have that down to a very low level, and soon we're going to be making a lot of money. We're going to be reducing people's taxes.
Meantime, Senator Schumer called this period 100 days from hell and said business people are worried they may go under.
Donald Trump promised a golden age on the first day he became president. What Americans got instead was fool's gold.
Ports on the West Coast and trucking tied to ships that come in could begin to shut down in the next 2 weeks if no progress with tariffs is made. Schumer also talked about the tens of thousands of public workers who've been fired and what he calls a lack of due process across the board.
Just look last week. 4 American citizens, all of them children, 2 of them battling life-threatening cancers, were deported from the U.S., from their homeland. They're citizens, like we are, and sent to places like Honduras.
The White House is also talking about tax cuts more. The president today you heard him talk about tax cuts. He also talked about softening tariffs on car parts, many of which are made outside of the United States, to try to help with manufacturing cars here in the U.S., but a big focus on the economy. You talked about the polls, which 73% of those polled said is in big trouble. Bad shape. Back to you.